So you need to flatten the board and you don't have a joiner. Or your board's too big for your joiner. Or the board's so warped it's hard to do on the joiner anyway. No problem. We can do it using a planer. We're going to try it with these boards. They're not that warped, but they're not exactly flat. But we're going to make them nice and flat using a planer, just a few other things. I'm going to show you how to do it. So what all do we need to flatten this thing using our planer? Well, we're going to need something that we know is flat. I'm going to use this piece of MDF here. We're going to need some wood shims, or plastic or whatever, some cheap shims. I got these at a big box store. They're very cheap. We're going to need a pencil, and we're going to need a hot glue gun. So let me get this plugged in and heated up, and we'll get this all set up. So why all the setup? Just to flatten this thing with the planer. Well, if it's got a twist or a bow, and you just send it through the planer, it'll plane the thickness, but it's going to go through the planer. It's going to twist or bow. It's going to come out with whatever shape you send it in with. So what we need to do is stabilize it on something that we know is flat. Then when it goes through the planer will just take off the high pieces with each pass until the whole thing's flat. Then we get rid of everything, flip it over. We've got a flat side to work with. Send it through the planer. Once this side's flat, we've got a nice flat board. So let's do this. So first things first, let's take a look at our board. As we can see, it's got a little bit of a twist in it. Not much, but it's definitely not flat. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our shims under these high points. Put the shim under there just enough. Keep it from rocking. If it was bowed, we would want to put the concave part facing down, and we would put our shims in the middle so that when it goes through the planer doesn't push it down and then it springs back up as it comes out of the planer. But since this one has a twist, this is where we're going to put our shims, keep it from rocking, and that looks pretty good. So I'm going to add a little hot glue. Just to hold it in place. That's what this is for when it goes through the planer, so it doesn't move. Once that hardens, only take a minute, we'll be ready to go. So let's move on to the planer. So before we put this through, we're going to take the pencil and we're just going to mark it up so we can keep track of what gets planed off. Then we know when we've hit every spot. When we have, it's flat. Time to plane. dust collection. But this is a flat board. No more twist. No more twist. Flat.